You should. Don't clap, just throw money. They will get faster, no doubt. So, way back in the early 90s when we were in a band with Robert, we did lots of gigs around Scotland, actually. People let us play for them. Thanks, Alan. I'm glad it was paper money and not coins. And there's a few people in this audience that represent some of those bands. So we played with a band called the Donkey Spoke, who became known as Shelter. And then the Honey Thieves. That's all the same band, and it's Peter's band. And they kind of reformed recently and did a brilliant gig in Glasgow. We also played with a band called the Mood Swings, who became known as Phony. And that was David's band down there. There's also, represented in the room, there was a band called Ephes Damen. And you don't want to have a lisp when you're trying to pronounce that name. And some of them became known as the Tinglies. And one of them became quite famous, but we'll leave that aside. And also a band called Missing Jane. And Brian's come all the way from Dunbar, and he was in that band. I don't know if we ever played a gig with you guys, but we always saw each other at things. So, yeah. So thank you to all those guys for being here and supporting us tonight, because obviously we've not done this for 30 years. We hadn't even been in the same room for about 30 years until yesterday. So you'd never know. No. Thanks for that. I really enjoy the encouragement. Now we've got some guests coming up for the next few songs. Aileen is going to guest on piano for this one. That's where I just do the wee switch in my amp there, and I go to dirty mode, which I quite like. You can hear it, can't you? Dirty mode. And this is a song that I've recently been telling everybody it's called the Lost Song, because we never actually played it as a band. Robert wrote it. I heard it a few times. It turns out quite a lot of people heard it. He must have been playing it to loads of people, and they all recognised it. So we thought it'd be quite nice to give this song a public performance, because it never got one. So we're going to do that. It's called Repent, TBC. And Cully is going to join us as well. Sorry, I nearly forgot about that. Sorry, Cully.
I think this is the one I'm singing on as well.
It is the one you're singing on.
I lay down in my bed, hands clasped over my head. I knelt down on my knees. I lifted up my head and opened up my eyes, and I stared up at your feet. Cried to you, I cried to you, I cried to you, my Lord.
And I looked to the left, and I looked to the right. Thank you, Cully. Thank you, Aileen.